Hi, I'm Jeff Crawford from Crawfords Auto Repair in Mesa, Arizona. Welcome to my free lessons on general automotive maintenance and repair. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how the automotive repair industry works in its conventional form, and then I'm going to compare that to the way that we operate our business here at Crawfords Auto and show you how the advantages of coming here and what to look for if you do have to go somewhere else. We'll start off with the general order of operation of a typical repair facility. This is a picture showing the typical order of operations in a auto repair industry. You have a owner investor at the top, which is typically a person that's off-site that has invested their money, that's expecting a return on their money. Then we would have a director. The director of a business is responsible for bringing customers in and the general running of the business. Now the manager has more hands-on experience in dealing with customers and in dealing with hiring and firing of employees. And then underneath the manager you have a service writer. The service writer is where the main difference is going to come in. The service writer is who's going to greet you when you go in to have your automobile repaired. The service writer is also going to play the middleman and communicate what you say to the service writer. He is going to communicate to the auto technician, which may or may not be the same as what you reported to him, which is a communication gap. Every time you tell a story, it passes on down the line. That story is going to change every time a different person tells it. So that's the typical layout of the auto repair industry. Now we're going to move on to a dealership organization. Again, we have owners and investors at the top. Those are going to be people that have invested their money. They're typically not on site and they're expecting a return. The director, again, is the person in charge of marketing and the general direction and producing income through the company. The manager is a little more on site. They're typically in charge of hiring and firing people and dealing with the customers when necessary. Underneath them you have a service writer again. And then beneath the service writer in a dealer organization you're going to have the sales department. The sales department and the service department are ran like two separate businesses. The sales department has to have all of their used vehicles reconditioned through the service department, and they have a service writer that sells them their repairs. They actually pay full price or more than a customer coming in through the door to have those customers reconditioned, which does affect your price when you purchase a used vehicle through a dealership, because they're paying an expensive price to have the vehicle reconditioned and repaired, and often they're performing repairs that aren't necessary to increase the service department's bottom line numbers. The best customer for any service department in a dealership is always the sales department. They spend more money than anybody else. So again, with the service writer, you go in to have your vehicle repaired. You talk to a service writer. The service writer interprets, listens to what you say. He writes down what he thinks the problem may be, and then in turn he tells the technician or a lube technician. Often when you take your vehicle into a dealership, you think that you're having a certified quality mechanic or technician working on your vehicle, when often the case is they'll have young kids that are inexperienced doing any job that they feel comfortable doing, pretty much. I've worked in the dealership, and that's often what the case is. Now, there are certain repairs when your vehicle's under warranty that have to be done by a certified technician. But if it's a customer pay, they'll allow a lube technician to perform any repair that they feel comfortable. And sometimes they bite off more than they can chew, and sometimes they make mistakes. There's certainly so you think that you go into a dealership, you have a certified technician working on your car. That's not always the case. It may or may not be, but depending on the dealership you're at. And again, you have a communication gap because you're talking to a service writer who's then talking to a technician. Then the technician talks back to the service writer. The service writer is interpreting what the technician says, and then he tells you a different story. So the bottom line is, this system, in my opinion, doesn't work, and I've developed a much better system. I'm going to show you how that works with this next illustration. This is Crawfords Auto Repair. I'm Jeff Crawford. My partner Brad Weiss and I, we have over 35 years of combined experience. When you come into our shop, you're going to be greeted by either Brad or Jeff, and we're going to discuss what's wrong with your car, possibly go for a ride with you so you can demonstrate the problem. Then we're going to be the one that diagnoses the car, repairs the car, prepares your estimate, and calls and delivers the vehicle to you when it's done. This will make your experience much more pleasure, and we'd like you to come in and visit us. We hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching.